What's up, Aries? Welcome to your love reading. This is going to be for you, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, but of course, all the messages aren't going to apply to all of you guys. So definitely check out your other placements for added messages or an entirely new message, okay? Um, okay, Aries. So in terms of love, it's clear to me that there's a huge transformation going on. You guys at the bottom of the deck have the World card, which talks about transformations. It talks about leveling up. It talks about basically your world being quite different from how you are used to it being. You know, there's going to be some type of a major shift, and I see that all throughout the cards here. Now, it's interesting because whether you are currently with someone, whether you're single, whether there's someone on your mind, it may seem like there's some distance or some delays, even some troubles, or just feeling like things are too much right now. But I do see with your other person that there's a lot of love to go around. So I do feel like this is kind of a matter of being patient at this time, which I know it's kind of frustrating to hear sometimes when you feel like things aren't clicking. But that's what I'm definitely picking up for you guys. And actually, you have two oracle cards. One says have patience, love is patient and kind always, and then you've got a have faith, trust your faith in this situation. In terms of having patience, yes, love is patient and kind. It's interesting because you've got this little girl here who's floating on this lotus flower, and lotus flowers are usually flowers that come from like those murky, gloomy, muddy waters, right? But it's something that really signifies grace and beauty. And so, you know, even through hard times, basically there's chance of a beautiful situation to come through it. If you guys are going through something where, you know, your relationship seems stagnant, or maybe you guys aren't on the same page, take this as almost like the catalyst to build and go higher. You've got the number 17 here, so that might be significant for some of you guys. Also, that 1 and 7, that's to a 9. So I'm sorry, at 8. And 8s are big on transformations, right? It's there's a lot that happens and shifts with the number 8 here. And now with that have faith, of course, having faith in the situation that it'll go well. You've got a 12 here, which nets to a 3. So that's about coming together too. I do think that there's going to be a coming together. It just feels like you need to be patient, lighthearted, maybe keep yourself distracted in the meantime. You've also got flirt, extend your lighthearted energy. So if you feel like maybe your partner isn't being, you know, as tuned in or, you know, as loving in this relationship that you would like, it may take for you to kind of make the first step there, okay? Now, in the past energy and the current energy, we start off with the Sun and the Nine of Wands. Now, again, Sun in the past, I mean, it seems like things have been good and maybe you feel like there's been some kind of stagnant energy or like a stop, a halt. I love the Sun card. It is the happiest card in the deck. It is a card of yes. It is a card of, you know, things opening up and exposure, especially, you know, with that Sun. It's like if there were any secrets, if there were any things that you guys were kind of going through, it seems like you went through a period where things felt very light and happy and like you're on the same page, like you're going in the same direction. If you have kids, there's probably a big focus on your family and the kids and that whole thing. And again, there is like this getting over the hurdle, right? Because in the original depictions in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, you've got that brick wall there. So the Sun is a really good energy to be in. But then look, we got currently the Nine of Wands, which is interesting. See, sis is clearly overwhelmed. This is someone who has gone through struggles in the past and they're just so afraid that things will end up in that same way again. You might also be having a hard time, especially those of you guys who have children. This might be a difficult time with your children. Maybe they're showing signs of certain behaviors that, you know, you aren't used to seeing. I mean, that's really common if you have a kid, as they get older, they go through these different stages and you just kind of have to go with the punches. But you might, especially if you're in a relationship, married or with someone who you have children with, you might feel like you're taking on a lot of the things alone. And there's like this sense of feeling overwhelmed. The good thing with the Nine of Wands is you are strong enough and you are resilient enough to keep going. You are resilient enough to push past the things that are kind of troubling you or giving you a little bit of friction. But I just feel like some of you guys are overwhelmed right now. Like you went from like, man, things are really good, and now you may feel like your partner is distant or just not in the present moment, and you feel like you're the one tackling all the things. Now, if you're single, this again, still getting over some tough times. The sun is a victory card and things feeling really, really good, but you might have moments where you're kind of going back to feeling like, ugh. Even if you do want a relationship, right? You might be feeling like, oof, do I really want to? I don't want to put myself out there again. I don't want to be hurt again. Maybe if you're a single parent, maybe you're worried about how, someone else would get along with your child. That's a huge worry. But try not to fall into this too much, right? Because again, this is at the end of the day a card of resilience and knowing that you are able to take on whatever's in front of you. Now, the person that's on your mind, or the person you're with, the person who's here or coming in, they've got 10 of Wands. So I feel like this person is super overwhelmed right now. Again, if you are with this person, if this is a relationship and you're feeling like this 9 of Wands, understand that, maybe they've been a little bit distant because they've got their own things going on. And I definitely feel that because we've got the Hermit card, which we'll get into in a bit. But there's this sense of they feel like they're taking on a lot. Now, the problem that I see here may be that they're not communicating those things. And so you're just feeling like they've, detached, or they're not, I don't know. It's just like something has changed and now there's this worry, right? It's like leaving you to worry about all these things because it just feels like there hasn't been any communication sent your way. Now, they could be overwhelmed with work. Okay, yeah. This person is really, really focused right now on the future. They're really focused on putting in the work now so you guys can have a good life, or so that they can have a good life if there's someone who's single. This could be a Cancer. We've got the Chariot energy here. So this could be someone who's working out some things, really trying to make sure that they, handle the things that they need to handle before they jump into a relationship, which I will say that's a good thing. That's what you want, right? So we've got Cancer energy here. We've got Leo energy here. A lot of Wands and a lot of Cups here. So there's definitely a lot of fire and water energy on the table. But yeah, this person may just be overwhelmed. If you haven't met them yet, it seems like there's someone who takes work very seriously. They're very, very committed to what they do. And sometimes they have a hard time kind of pulling back and maybe having that balance. So for you, Aries, that might be something that you will be helping them with in the future. If this is a partner, it just feels like things are overwhelmed. They're really trying to get things in order. They may even be working on a particular project that's taking more of their time at this time. I do feel like there's going to be a good payoff for it, but it just feels like they're a little bit distant because they're overwhelmed. Now, what they think of you, how they feel about you, and how they feel or how they see things moving forward with you, Aries, is really, really good shit. You've got the Knight of Cups, you've got the Two of Cups, and you've got the King of Cups. There's a lot of love to go around. So like I said, I wouldn't worry too much if you feel like your partner's a little bit distant or not talking right now. I just think that they're super busy and overwhelmed, and they might not be the best, at multitasking or communicating those things to you. Now, what they think of you, how they think about you, loving that you really make the effort. A Knight of Cups is someone who's romantic. They do the poems, or they set the times and do the dates. Like they're really, really thoughtful when it comes to courting people. Communicative, right? We've got the Ace of Swords here. There's a lot of clarity here. I think they're very clear on how they feel about you, and how they feel about you is there's a lot of love to go around. Now, it's interesting because in these readings, I can always tell you how someone feels, or what they want, but we're all human, and as we know, not everybody does what they say they're going to do, and not everybody acts on the feelings like that they have, right? Because of fears or whatever. There's a million reasons why, but I wouldn't worry about this. I just think that they're super overwhelmed. If anything, I would maybe, try to set aside some time to talk about it. But if you're dealing with someone who's been seeming distant or too busy or just not tuned in right now, yeah, they are, but it's not like it's because of another person. It just feels like they've got a lot of responsibilities around them that they're trying to, you know, make all together. Ooh, Two of Cups, how they feel about you. If you're dating someone and let's say things have been a little bit distant, like I said, the feelings are real. You got Two of Cups and the Hierophant. They see you as someone that they would marry or want to marry. You know, the Hierophant card is Taurus energy. It is about marriage, is about, you know, coming together, is about your spirituality, and it is about kind of like those unions, right? Um, they feel that you're someone who's easy to talk to, right? The Hierophant is someone who's very, very wise. There's someone who's very connected, very spiritual, very loving. They feel like there's reciprocity when it comes to you in terms of love. Like they love the way you love. Two of Cups, you know, they're giving their cups to one another. There's a lot of balance there, they feel. Now, whether they are displaying that is one thing, you know, that's a whole nother thing. They seem like there's someone who's really overwhelmed right now, but this is how they view you. And even with this Knight of Cups and the Ace of Swords here, it may be for some of them that they're very clear on the fact that things have been a little bit distant, or they haven't been necessarily giving you what they feel that, you know, you need or you deserve. I do feel like there will be communication coming in. It's just a matter of them getting on with it and doing it, and, you know, I don't know, I guess maybe finding the time for some of them. Now, how they see this moving forward with you, King of Cups, he is the most mature of the cup suit, right? He's very emotionally intelligent. They love you. They love you deeply. They love you big. You know, they see this being a thing that goes on and on. So where you may be feeling like, oh my God, are we okay? Are we going to make it? I don't feel like those are their fears at all. I feel like they actually, look, movement, Eight of Wands. Yeah, they see it sailing forward. They see it moving forward. If you're married, they see you guys continuing on in your relationship. If you are, you know, people who are dating, they see you, you know, going to the next level and taking it higher and higher. Even seeing travel with you, you see he's on a boat, and you see that the, you know, the Eight of Wands is about movement forward. It's about communication, but it's also about travel. They see you as someone they like to do things with, go on adventures with. And they see that happening in the future. And if you are single, this is someone who they will like to do those things. So if you're really into travel, if you're really into experiencing new things, um, they see that with you, which is really, really nice. It basically means they like spending time with you, right? Okay. Now, blocks, Hermit card. Someone is being kind of a hermit. So again, it seems like it's your partner. It could be you, right? These energies could go either way, but Hermit card, the thing about the Hermit is he finds solitude for a reason and for purpose and for clarity. You know, it's not generally to like sabotage a situation, or it's not to go feel sorry for themselves. This is people who like, you know, from time to time they need to be by themselves. So it could be one of those situations where, like, especially if you're single, like you haven't met this person because maybe they've been keeping to themselves a lot. Maybe this is you keeping to yourself a lot. Um, but I really do feel like this is someone who's just, they're going through a lot. There's a lot of problem solving to be done. I think in their moments of solitude, they are being productive and they are trying to find solutions, right? But this is a really good thing. It feels like this person also too, they might just be, you know, healing whatever things that they've had happen to them in the past or gone on in the past. This seems like this is a really big time for them in their evolution. So, or yours. Again, it can be vice versa. And you got the Universe card, which is the World card. So yeah, this is a huge transformative time for them at this time. If they're being distant, that's why. It has nothing to do with you. It's not you, it's them, right? Now, your advice for moving forward, you've got the Eight of Wands here. So you got the Eight of Wands twice. This is about movement. This is about communicating. If there's things that are on your mind, don't let it fester. Say the things, because I guarantee you that you are probably jumping to conclusions and thinking one way or one thing when it's really not that. This also might be a good time for you guys to take a cute little vacation, a staycation. Some of you guys, I hear like you've got cabin fever. You just need to switch it up. You need to do something. Again, maybe you're overwhelmed, dealing with work and family, you know, kids, all this stuff, and you just need a little time away, right? Go to Lake Tahoe and chill in a cabin for a weekend, something like that. It doesn't have to be anything big, but You know, maybe you're just feeling a little burned out. You've also got the Emperor card, which is about taking control. This is your energy. Yeah. So, you know, I would suggest if things have been feeling a little stale, if you've been a little bit at a distance with one another, you know, at a distance with one another, whatever the case may be, it may be good to just take a couple of days, take a day, you know, something like that, where you guys definitely are talking and communicating what you guys want and, you know, how you're feeling at this point in time. But also, it may be a good idea for you to just take a cute little break, okay? And then the outcome card, you've got the Hierophant. Yeah, I think that things are going to work themselves out, but I think this happens through communication, maybe a little bit of time with one another. Again, it's going to be important for you at this time, Aries, to really have patience. You know, whenever you're feeling impatient, especially when it comes to another person, I think the best thing that you can do is just remember that we're all human and we've all got different ways of working things out and, you know, dealing with our own shit. So try to have patience, especially with other people. You know, I do feel like things are going to be coming together. It may not be easy. You got the Strength card, and you know that may show that there might be some struggles along the way, or you know times you're feeling insecure, frustrated, whatever. But just tame the beast, also, right? You know, she normally is seen with the lion and like taming the lion. So if you want to get froggy and like argue, I just think that a simple communication would be the key. Again, there's two signs of Leo here. You got the Sun and the Strength card. So you guys might be dealing with a Leo or someone with strong Leo placements, but I think all is well. I think that this person or you, or just the both of you, your relationship is going through a really transformative time, but I think all is well. I think that there's still a lot of love to give here. If you are single, I do feel like you will be finding someone who's very loving, but they are also a very busy person. They may take on a lot. So be prepared for that. If that's something that, you know, bothers you, communication, you know, kind of stating your boundaries, being very clear in the beginning of the relationship might be helpful. But for those of you guys who are single, I see you coming into union with someone. We've got Leo, we've got Taurus energy here, we've got Cancer energy here, Virgo energy. Yeah, a lot of water too. So yeah, this is your love reading, Aries. I hope that this was helpful. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.